Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of I'm Just Saying with your host Weedy, co-host Charity. Um, if you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. So,
Hmm.
as always, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified when we upload another video. So,
Yes.
today's topic is kind of like a very sensitive one that we just want to
Yeah.
touch bases on,
Yeah.
and
Because,
it's like a domestic abuse. It's just getting to an
yeah.
all-time high to the point it's just really, really just outrageous. It's outrageous. What
Yeah. It ends in a bad way a lot of the time. So there is no such thing as a good abusive relationship at all, domestic or whatever you want to call it. This is a very touchy subject because the thing is, and we wanted to talk about this because there's a lot of people out there still yet right now that's still in an abusive relationship right now. So if you are watching, we want you to listen today to what we got to say today. Not that we got the answers, you know, but hopefully you'll listen and make a decision because only thing that I could give you is get out.
but
Get
in
out
some
of
cases
that type.
it's easier said than done. Some women, they it's that emotional hold for them for some reason. So
Yeah. We got something to play for y'all. It's about this woman. That was, I know this is gruesome, y'all, but she was beheaded by her mate. Uh, Beheaded by her mate. That's crazy. But we're gonna let y'all listen to it.
That's right, Raj. It took a lot for the victim's father to come out here to see where his daughter died. He called the scene horrific and surreal. I feel like this is a horror movie that I need to wake up from. Today, Martin Castro Jr., father of the victim, showed up at the crime scene where a memorial to his daughter now stands. He then demanded somebody come out and wash away the blood that marked the place where his daughter was killed.
Mm.
None of us have eaten, none of us have slept, none of us have drank anything, none of us nothing. We can't do, I can't even feel anything right now, except hurt. I'm empty. Martin also gave us these photos of his daughter, 27-year-old Karina Castro, who neighbors say had a volatile relationship with a man now accused of beheading her yesterday, Jose Bandiado Solano. Investigators believe it began with the couple fighting inside her apartment yesterday morning around 10:30. That fight then spilled outside, and Solano used what sources are describing as a samurai sword to kill her, all in front of three women passing by, while neighbors were quick to respond to the commotion. I saw the three ladies crying and kind of like nervous and scared, and they're calling for help. I saw the guy jump inside his car and took off. Another neighbor who says police were often at the fights recalled hearing Carino Castro talk about being scared of Solano.
That's enough. Um, that's the type of stuff that happens. This is not what just happened on here. Is not like every
that
day.
really makes me
That was crazy.
it that listening to that really makes me question his mental capacity.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you never know what's in their head. You know what I mean? I mean, if he was let's say, if there was something wrong with him, you think she would have seen that. But then again, you know, some of them don't care. Some women don't care. They'll just still deal with it, because they may feel that they can't get anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because some men in their life have told them that they weren't shit. You know, you're fat, you're ugly, um, nabby head. You don't, and just call them names, and but like we mentioned before the show, those three, the mental and the physical and the verbal abuse.
Emotional.
So yes, yes, and so there's all types of ways that you can really just bring somebody down to nothing, but still love them at the same time. Which is kind of crazy to me. But
And I thank God, knock on wood, I've never been in an abusive relationship. I've never been. I've been
right,
one of the lucky ones, to say the most.
yeah.
Yeah. Because you never
Well, I
know,
guess.
like when it comes to stuff like that, you never know, like I said before, what a person's like mental capacity is like.
Well, now we also have to remember, because we can't leave the men out too, because they do get abused also with those four categories: mental,
I mean,
physical,
it's just abuse on
and
both
all that.
ends, and sometimes they abuse each other.
Yeah, yeah,
But at what point
yeah.
are you going to say, okay, enough is enough? You have some women that
If he
can
put
be
his
like, you
hands
know
on you,
what, this is just too much.
well, how much is too much? You know, that poor young lady right there, Lord bless her. You know, that was too late. I mean, it was like whatever happened, that argument that they were having, it was just too late. Um, I mean, you can't make nobody mind up, for
Right,
them,
right.
for them to leave. You know, we all, just like our kids, we'll send them with some stupid boyfriends, as they call them, and get pregnant or whatever, things like that. And then we're like, you get, then you get back with them
Right,
again,
right, right.
and he treated you
That
this
is
way and that way and all
amazing.
that. Yeah, but we still don't have no control over their, lives. Like the man said, the family members were telling her, get away from him,
And so
leave him alone,
that's
like
bad
that.
in both cases, because as a male, if you grow up watching your dad abuse your mom, you begin to do that. As a female, if you see your dad abusing your mom, you think that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so
Which
again,
is
it kind of some of it in some cases has a lot to do with what was going on when you were being raised. Because some people, oh well, it happened to my mom, or yeah, my dad used to do this. It's
that's sad. It's just so sad. I hope. I mean, what can you say? I mean, I wish that I could pinpoint every single household that was, that's going through that, you know, and tell them, hey, whisper in their ear, hey, get out, get out, get out, get out.
hindsight is 2020.
Um, yes, because if you watch the video that I just watched, or that we watching now, you might change your mind, possibly. You
And this
just
stuff
might,
is happening
for
every
something
day.
like
It's
that.
happening every day, and in some cases, you can't even tell. You can't even tell.
Yeah, yeah, they hide
Mm-hmm.
it, especially the females with makeup. The ones who's getting
Mm-hmm.
beat. Things like
Mm-hmm.
that. I mean, I'm just going to tell you off the bat, leave him, and I don't care if he get mad at me. You can come find me if you like, but you need to leave him. You need to leave him before you end up gone. I'm going to say something else, but you need to go before something else happens,
Right.
before it gets worse. Oh no, it won't get. Oh no, it won't get like
Because
that.
it
Oh,
don't
it'll never get.
how Martin say, it don't get no better. No,
It don't get
that's
no
he
better. There
said,
you
it
go.
don't get no better. He can promise he's not
Well,
gonna
they
do it
might be
again, but it always happens again. And so at some point, whether it be the male or the female, somebody has to leave. But that's the thing, though. When you try to leave, what's
Yeah.
going to happen when you try to leave?
Well, that right there is when you make your plans, because we've seen many movies like that, where they made that plan and got gone.
Something didn't work out all the
Even
time.
faked her death and everything. I know you probably remember that
He
movie,
still found her.
but he still found her. He still found her at the end of the day, but she took all those fighting lessons, chop chop, you know what I'm saying?
But who
And
even
but she
fights
protected
anymore?
herself.
Who even fights anymore?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, you wouldn't have to do that, you know. Listen, y'all, I don't have the answers for everything, of course. I don't, especially for this type of
Well,
stuff
that's what
here.
I'm saying. That's why
But
I said we could sit up here and talk all day. Just leave. Just do this. But in some cases, you can't. It's easier said than done to some women. If me, if it was me, I can walk away. But
yeah,
everybody is not like
but
that
then,
though, because some people depend on
right,
this other person to take care of them, and sometimes it's harder when there are kids involved.
right,
So,
or was but see, but they made them feel so bad and so low that they feel like they can't go get anyone
right.
else, things like that. And they can be so beautiful, figure wise, face the whole works, and make them feel like
They're
nothing.
not going to see it.
You can be big and be beautiful, baby. Trust me. Because I like big women myself. But you can be big and
Mm-hmm.
beautiful and do your thing. Don't let nobody say that you can't go get nobody else because you
But
can.
it gets harder.
Because
It
I've had,
depends on how long you've been dealing with it. Because if you've been dealing with it for a while, it starts to have mental effects on you, like your self-esteem is low, or you go into
yeah,
depression, and sometimes you just feel like, F it. It is what it is.
right.
So it could be different, facets. It's different things.
You telling you gaining pounds because you're eating too much. So then you stop eating. Now you're losing weight, and now you don't want to eat food much because of what he might say that you might be getting too big and things like that. And so now you're starving yourself to death. Things like that. I forget what they call that, eating disorders and things like that.
Anorexia,
Rather,
bulimia.
yeah, yes, yes, and that's sad. Sometimes it's put on those women like
But
that.
a lot of that
You
is
know,
like it's from depression and stuff like that.
yeah.
So,
Then they got to take pills and stuff, and some of them even overdose sometimes. Because they just can't do it anymore.
and it's sad
But they
because
don't want to
in
leave
some
them to.
cases the kids see this. Like some people don't care whether
Mm,
they abuse their significant other in front of their kids. They don't care.
right,
And that
right.
will be an eye opener for me because really in front of the kids, and then that's how
So
it
mom,
affects the kids in the long run because the kids grow up seeing this. So little boys
yeah,
look at their dad abusing the mom, and that's what they grew up to do because they were like, okay, I saw this, my dad did this. And just
mm-hmm.
like with the young girls, if the mom sticks around, they were like, okay, well, it happened
See that?
to, my mom and she was okay. You don't really know if your mom is okay because most moms don't let their kids
Yeah.
know how they're feeling and what's going on. You try to hide it from the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, in some cases, nobody cares whether the kids see it or not or how it affects the kids. you know. So like I said, some
Well,
women stay
well,
because they don't have anywhere else to go. They can't take care of their kids
mm,
on their own. And they stay because they're thinking about the well-being of their children.
right. Rather it be if she got the kids by him, or they might not even be his
Mhm.
kids. She just feel like she just can't, make it, without
Right.
him.
And I
But
strongly believe that, to each his own. But with me, I would never let a man just take care of me 100%. Because that day might come when I need to leave, and I can't. Because guess what? He makes all the money. Well,
yeah,
I still can, but
yeah,
with
yeah,
a female, she's more likely to stay if she's in that situation. Like if she's a stay-at-home mom and she's in that situation, she's more likely to stay because she's going to be thinking about the well-being of her children.
right,
So,
right. And by the way, ladies, well, and men too, there is an 800 number that you can call. This open 24 hours a day. Is 1-800-799-7233 right there at the bottom. And you can also send a text. So text START, START, to 88788. Let me say that again. Text START, START, to 88788. They're open 24/7
and
daily. So,
if you don't have the time to do that, hey, it's always 911. That's super quick.
right. Well, and to mention that, um, some of them do call 911, but still end up staying there, regardless on how many times they call the police, because the police say, you know what, we keep going back to this address
Same
about this
address.
domestic violence. Yeah. But then a lot of times they also say, well, you know what, we're going to take you both to jail.
And
You
and
know,
I think about
which still
that,
don't fix it.
not trying to bring this up, but I think about that with the Nicole and OJ. They will always say that
Mm,
OJ used to beat on her or whatever, but she always went back.
yeah. Always went back.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
She always went back.
Yeah. See, stuff like
Now, what
that.
happened after that? I don't know about all of that. I'm just saying that
Right,
small
right.
part of it. She went back.
It didn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. Glove didn't fit.
That's another podcast. That's
So,
another podcast.
but it didn't though. But okay, yeah, you're right. But seriously though, y'all, yeah, I mean, I'm really praying for you ladies out there, you men also, that you get out of these type of relationships. Look, man, plan it out.
Mm-hmm.
Plan it out. Because if you are listening to this podcast right now, plan it out. Don't let him know anything. Stay the same way you're doing. Make him think that you're still under his control or under her control and you're doing whatever. Call one of your family members that will, in fact, come and get you while he's gone at a certain time. Once you make up your mind that you are ready to go and not go back.
Of course. Of
And they'll
course.
protect you. Your family will protect you. You know, um, and also, you still have that 800 number. Also, they have provisions, where they will even, set up to come get you. You know, have them, have you meet them somewhere, and take you somewhere, where safe.
Right.
Sometimes it even ends up in a whole nother state. You know, 30 states across.
Hey, you
You know
got
what
to
I'm
do what
saying?
you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do, especially if you get no. It's not even especially on one. On all four of those cases that we had mentioned, on all of them, mental, physical, all that, man. Get out of it because it's not doing you any good. You might say to yourself, well, you don't, know what I'm going through and how I feel and blah, blah, blah. Actually, you don't know. Maybe I just don't want to share, my personal experience, out there.
And the thing
I
that
really
amazes me is that they're getting younger and younger. They're getting younger and younger.
Well, they're able to be controlled, you know what I'm saying, when they're younger, mind wise,
fighting the opposite sex,
female wise, yeah, they're younger, and you can basically, like, men will beat them into submission. You know what I'm saying? Boyfriend and girlfriend type of stuff. Marriages. You might be highly into church or into God and don't want to leave your marriage because
of your religious beliefs.
We follow that rule, right? And it's like I can't leave because of that. It's nowhere listed in the Bible. Being abusive and things like that. I know this for a fact because I looked. But there's only a few things that you could leave that marriage for. And if you don't see that, then you think you're stuck. No. Before your life get taken, you need to get out of there. Don't be nuts.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The spirit will tell you, get out. We need to go.
But I mean, depending on what some people are going through, sometimes they're in a state of depression so much to the point where they're not even thinking logically. Or they'll or they'll make a decision because they're scared. Most of these women are scared to leave. Hell, some men are scared to leave because of what their spouse will do. So I mean, it's many different scenarios.
Well, not even just those four things that we mentioned. If you just in a raggedy relationship anyway, and he or she don't even have to be doing those things to you. It can just be, this is just not the right relationship for me. Go. Leave. I'm not saying go and jump off into something else because you need your time, to find the right person to be really kind to you.
Of course.
Things like that. So I mean, like we said, we mentioned those four things there, and just being in just a regular relationship that's not doing you any good at all. I don't care if he is working and he's paying everything and he's got everything going on, but you're miserable. Just in general, not married though now, but so that means that you got the right to move around anyway. So if you're going through it, look at some other options. Well, I can't move. My mama won't let me move with her. My dad, whatever, or my sister, I can't go nowhere.
Then I think if it's that bad, you can always go to a shelter. A women's shelter.
But then, but you have to put down your, what they call it, so you can go, on your pride.
At least you'll still be alive.
You put your pride down. Right. Hide that pride and going up in there with your head held up high. Well, because it's probably smelling there anyway. But you go in there with your head held up high and do what you got to do.
You got to do.
There and build yourself up.
Yeah. Do what you
Right.
got to do.
Get you a job. That's what they want you to have anyway. Most of the times, get you a job, and work, and they'll put your money up until you can, and then they'll help you get you a place, things like
But
that.
then you also have to be strong enough to make that decision to not return.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, that's when you at that point. Then when you know for a fact that it's time to go. Nobody knows when it's time to go. You have to make that decision yourself. One thing is when he put his hands on you. Another thing is when he's yelling at you for no good reason. There's no good reason anyway to be yelling at anyone anyway. Right. Just in general wise anyway. There's all types of, man, just get out. This is my thing. Get out, because I've been through it already. I stayed in a relationship because I had children.
See?
And to me, that was, I'm letting my business out, but I'm just going to let y'all know that that you're not the only ones. But I stayed because of that. I think I mentioned that in one of the other podcasts, but I stayed, even knowing what was going on, with my better half, but I stayed just because of the children. But you know what, though? To me, that was my excuse, actually, to stay in that relationship.
The kids.
That's what gets you right there. I stayed there, and that was my excuse. Well, I can't go to the kids. I gotta be here for my kids. And things like that. Yeah, of course you should be there for your kids, but you know what? If you're hurting badly and you thinking it might not go well, you might need to move
because
out.
At the end of the day, no matter where you are, those are still your children.
That's right. That's right. Oh man, we're running in.
Yeah, those are still your children. So just always remember that. So comment below and let us know what you think about this situation. This man beheading his. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. It's just stuff is just getting out of hand. It's just crazy. So comment, like, and subscribe. Let us guys know what you think. And
again,
hit that notification bell.
That 800 number.
Hit that notification bell and let you know when we upload another video. But it's that time, so as always, choose to make it a great day.
And that 800 number is 800-799-7233, 800-799-7233 right there at the bottom. And if you need to just in a text START, START, to 88788.
And if you don't have time to do all that, 911 just as good.
There you go.
Y'all have a great day.
All right.